in a deal that shocked the league. The Browns gave Watson a fully guaranteed $230 million contract, despite the ongoing legal issues, which many saw as a major dumb move. But unlike the past villains we mentioned, Watson is not showing much on the football field either. He is not only a bad person, but also a bad quarterback, and the Browns will most likely move on from him this offseason. But for all the villains in the league, there's also the heroes. Even though Joe Shiesty isn't much of a good guy name, Joe Burrow is an absolute legend. After a standout college career at LSU, where he led the Tigers to a national championship and won the Heisman, Burrow was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals in 2020. In just his second season, he turned the team into Super Bowl contenders, guiding them to a Super Bowl appearance and earning a reputation as one of the most clutch quarterbacks in the league. But what makes Burrow so beloved is not just his talent, but his cool, confident demeanor. He has a unique mix of swagger without the arrogance, making him an easy player to root for. With his impressive stats, leadership, and an underdog story, Joe Burrow has become one of the favorite players in the NFL today. His future looks bright, and it's clear that the Bengals have found their franchise quarterback as long as they keep him happy by dramatically improving their defense and offensive line. Speaking of offensive linemen, Jason Kelce was one of the greatest, but it's not just his skill on the field that makes him a fan favorite, it's his personality. Known for his hilarious, larger-than-life presence, Kelce has become an icon, not only in Philadelphia, but also across the league. On the field, Kelce was a cornerstone of the Eagles' success, helping them win their first Super Bowl title in 2018 with his tough, relentless play. His leadership was unmatched, and his ability to protect the quarterback and open up lanes for the running game made him one of the most respected players in the NFL. But what really set him apart was his passion and enthusiasm for the game, which was contagious. His podcast with his brother Travis Kelce gives fans a glimpse into his down-to-earth personality, and he's become a staple in Philly sports. Recently, he got into a bit of a scuffle with a football fan.
Kelce!
Hey, Kelce! How do you feel your brother's a
Many people saw this and mostly sided with Kelce as he did something we all relate to, standing up for family and not taking any Whether he's smashing phones, pancaking defenders on the field, or cracking jokes on his podcast, Jason Kelce has earned a place in fans' hearts. His career is a testament to what it means to be a true leader, and his infectious persona will keep him in the spotlight for a while. Barry Sanders was the definition of greatness. As one of the most electrifying running backs in NFL history, Sanders dazzled fans with his jaw-dropping moves, incredible vision, and unmatched agility. Drafted by the Detroit Lions in 1989, he quickly became the face of the franchise, putting up staggering stats year after year. Over his 10-season career, he rushed for 15,269 yards, earning 10 Pro Bowl selections, 6 All-Pro honors, and an MVP award in 1997. His ability to turn broken plays into unforgettable highlights made him a must-watch player every Sunday. But what truly set Sanders apart was his humility. In an era when flashy celebrations and trash talk were becoming the norm, Barry let his game do all the talking. After scoring a touchdown, he'd simply just hand the ball to the referee. His sudden retirement at the age of 30 shocked the sports world, but it was vintage Sanders, leaving on his terms, still at the peak of his powers. He never sought the spotlight, despite being one of the most dominant players of all time. And he never left Detroit, despite how terrible of a franchise they were and their inability to build around him. His combination of talent and class made him one of the most universally loved players in NFL history. For fans, he's the gold standard of greatness. Much like Sanders, Calvin Johnson, better known as Megatron, was stuck with the Poverty Lions. He was a once-in-a-generation wide receiver who redefined what it meant to dominate the position. Standing at 6'5" with a rare combination of size, speed, and strength, Johnson was a mismatch nightmare for any defense. Drafted second overall by the Lions in 2007, he became the cornerstone of their offense for 9 seasons. His stats are legendary: over 11,000 receiving yards, 83 touchdowns, and the single-season receiving yards record of 1,964 yards in 2012, a record many believe may never be broken. But Johnson wasn't just about numbers, it was the way he played. With his ability to out-jump defenders, break tackles, and make impossible catches look routine, he truly earned his nickname. Double coverage, triple coverage, it didn't matter. Quarterbacks could throw the ball in his general direction and Johnson would somehow come down with it. Today, Calvin Johnson's legacy as Megatron remains untouchable. Unfortunately, the Lions were never able to build a good team around him either. But he remained loyal, and that's something we respect. And last but certainly not least, let's talk about Peyton Manning. Drafted first overall by the Indianapolis Colts in 1998, he quickly became the face of the franchise and a household name. Over his 18-season career, he racked up an NFL record 5 MVP awards, 2 Super Bowl victories, and countless jaw-dropping performances. His 71,940 passing yards and 539 touchdowns rank among the best in league history. But Peyton wasn't just loved for his on-field brilliance. His charisma and humor made him a fan favorite off the field too. After a storied run with the Colts, Manning's comeback story with the Denver Broncos only added to his legendary status. Following a career-threatening neck injury, he not only returned but dominated, setting the single-season passing touchdown record with 55 in 2013 and leading the Broncos to a Super Bowl victory in 2016 before riding off into the sunset. Since retiring, Manning hasn't slowed down. He's a fixture in the football world as a host of the Manning Cast alongside his brother Eli, bringing his humor and deep football knowledge to live broadcasts. Whether you're talking about the most hated or the most loved, one thing is certain: every player brings something different to the game. They spark debates, create unforgettable moments, and shape the history of the league. Love them or hate them, they keep the NFL exciting. Let us know your thoughts. And if you liked our video, be sure to like and subscribe and check out our other videos on the screen.
Untuk momok bayi, cepetan, Gomar.
The most hated player to ever touch a football field.
It's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Known for crushing the hopes and dreams of fan bases around the league.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
Tom Brady terrorized the NFL for 22 seasons. But before his GOAT status, 7 Super Bowls, and 3 MVP awards, he looked like this. And he was a likable underdog. In order to understand how he became a legend, we need to go back to the beginning.
Bledsoe. Gonna run it. Needs 10 yards. Oh, does he hit?
Oh, look at Drew.
Yikes. Not here, even further. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, born August 3rd, 1997, was raised a 49ers fan during the peak of a San Francisco football legend, Joe Montana.
Deep route for Rice. Caught, touchdown.
Brady famously